Hello YouTube, good afternoon. This is just a video of some old abandoned RTA vehicles. These are the 2300 model. These were, I believe if I'm not mistaken, these were New Flyer models. They're on the property of the recycling company, and it looks like they just have been stripped, you know, all together. Here's a little notation thing about these, but these have been sitting on the side of this yard abandoned for I don't know how long, but these buses have been out of service for about 3 or 4 years. The seating they have on these was very similar to like a Greyhound bus. You know, you got the lounge chairs. These actually were pretty nice buses, and you know, because these coiled vents on the floor, these had floor heat, so these were actually pretty comfortable, you know, buses. They've had, that's where they used to have the stop requested thing up there, but these I believe were New Flyer models, and I don't know if how many labels are still around, but the seats on them were pretty comfortable. I think these have been out of service for about, I'm going to say 3 or 4 years. They're 2300s, and typically they were 2300s because they came into service around the year 2003, and the average lifespan of a bus before it's officially outdated is considered 12 years before a bus is actually considered obsolete and is eligible for more federal funds. But here you can see the seats that have been ripped off. You see some of the lighting. These were, some of the wire and juice. So it looks like these have just been scrapped. They're on the property of the scrap metal yard. These were pretty good buses during the time that they were in service, but you could tell the electrical stuff here. I'll let you guys get a look at that right there too. But these have been out of service, I'm going to say, at least 3 or 4 years. There was the yellow tape right there to open up the bus from the rear. And these were the second generation of what they call low floor buses, because public transit companies, they made the move to, you know, to switch to low floor bus models because they were more friendly towards the handicap, for people that had disabilities, that were handicapped, and you know, vice versa and so on. You could tell that, looks like one of the wheels on there was missing. Also, I am not going to be able to get to too many videos for the next couple weeks. I'm going to be busy. I got something going on, so don't be surprised if you don't hear from me for a while. This one is 2322, and they got some 2100s here, which these were the first low model buses, the first 2 generations of low floor model buses. I'm going to get a look at this 2100 from the inside of it, but yeah, you can see right there, which would have been on the back of the bus, that's been stripped. These did not have the this model right here did not have the reclining chairs that the other one had, but you could see that these have been clearly scrapped for just whatever scrap it looks like they could get out of them, and vice versa. I'll let you guys see the components that are wide open on these. Not sure if it says the bus model on here or not. This was like a driver's storage area right above that. But yeah, this is 2178. When they got these buses, I remember it very well. They got some that were like 30-foot models, some that were 35, and some that were 40 feet models for whatever reason. They didn't get all just 40-foot things, but the real tiny ones they used on buses that were not that were more likely for traveled routes, and vice versa. Initially, because of the initial step up on these buses back here, I could remember there was a lot of worry that people would slip and fall, you know, on these buses, but I don't remember that happening because of step up, and these were more sandpaper floors, which may or may not absorb moisture as well as the old rubber mats. But yeah, these had the coiled vents on the floor like the 2300s. Yet I don't think they've had that since then, but these were new Flyers. I wish I could see a label on this confirming that, but oh yeah, here it is. Windshield, new Flyer street side. So yeah, new Flyer right there. The other windshield's cracked, but these buses are just look like they just have been strapped. Here's more of the components right here. That was at the driver's convenience stop. Requested hazard lights, aisle lights, driver's light, vent mode fan, climate control, and vice versa. I'm kind of wondering if they have any people that are homeless that squat in here or not, but this newspaper that's in here is actually very recent, only the last day of last year. So somebody's had some newspapers in here. Where so it wouldn't be hard for somebody just to squat in here, because this area, especially at night, there's not really too much around this area. This paper was the last day of last year, December 31st, 2017. And vice versa. Yeah, but these at one point in time were some of the best buses that RTA had, but like anything else, you mean they get old and they get out of service. Come from the back there, that's missing right there. That's a 2300. I think when they got the 2300s, they got about 20 to 30 of them. They've been generally getting an average of 20 to 30 new buses most years for a long time. They used to buy them about 60 to 100 per fleet. You can tell the old bike ramp has just been dismantled right there, and vice versa. It's another 2300. This one, the driver's seat in here has been completely scrapped. So yeah, this bus has been definitely used for scrap. It's on the property of the metal company. Looks like Franklin Iron and Metal. I don't think anybody's going to really say too much, even if they saw me out here, because all it is just an abandoned bus. There's something on the outside. I'll catch a look at that for you guys in a little bit. But this is the same bus model that I filmed before. And heck, Looks like even in here somebody just got a mat where they could just lay down, and who knows, there could be somebody that squat in here occasionally. The same kind of reclining seats as the other 2300. I hate to even see what's these shirts that were in here. FJ, whatever the heck that kind of shirt is. Just a couple plastic bags right there, and vice versa. Again, the yellow tape. The emergency exit, which I don't know how on the road this would work, just climbing through the roof of the bus. Maybe it had some kind of pull down ladder. I'm not going to worry about that too much. Here's some other kind of insulation. An old pool cue right there. Just some rings right here. Here's an old change card. I don't know how old this is. This November 12th, 2015. Bus number 8. South. Just interested. This one's already had the chair's been stripped out of it. The pliers. I'm not too worried about a pair of pliers. All right. Just a little look through that little opening right there. More of the driver area. One of the windows being pushed out. It's been pushed out of here, and vice versa. Looks like most of these are 2300s. I've seen one 2100 out here. It's kind of funny. It says return tires to RTA. It's kind of funny. This tire looks pretty new. Looks like it's barely, looks like it really hasn't been used all that much. Then the tires are just sitting there for just no reason. There's another one that says return tire. I don't think they're too worried about that, obviously. Yeah, so far it's mainly 2300s. There was one 2100. There might have been a second one, but maybe they got everything they could out of the old 2100s, but I'm glad they had one here that I could film and show you guys, and vice versa. Yep, except for this bus right here, all these others were 2300s. 2178. That's a 40-foot model. The old bike rack that were on these. Kind of surprised somebody just hasn't got these off here just for scrap metal, because you see the way that the nuts are secured, it wouldn't be hard just to get that off there for just, you know, scrap metal. It's kind of funny, this is on a recycling place, and where it's being kept at it, yet it still is here. You can see Sport Works, quick load bike racks. So that's who manufactured them. I'm not sure where they're based out of, bicycleracks.com. I'd be curious to see if that company is still in existence. But here's a look again from the front of the bus from the outside, and you can tell where it says all fluids drained. Oh, there's a little bit of fluid there, but that's probably just leaking. But this one right here looks like it's in the worst shape out of all of them. There's at least 2 or 3 windows, at least 3 windows missing on this side. I'll get a look at this one. This is another 2300. Then I'll end this video. Yeah, a homeless person could easily just squat in here without any problem. The seat on this one is still intact miraculously for whatever reason. Unfortunately, the thing that was on the steering wheels, I have not seen those on here, but these were new flyers. That one's 2322 next door. Okay, look, this is, I'm trying to see the coach number. I'll see it from the outside again. I see a bunch of the stuff that's on the floor here. Looks like some black tarp. Some more parts. Looks like it belonged to just the light, and yeah. Here's some of the advertisers, RTA Crime Stoppers, that was on the bus at the time. And this right here, I'm not sure what it belonged to. This big thing that's just sitting here on the bus. There was a seat right here, obviously, but I'm not sure what this right here belonged to. Even the sunroof on this one is open. Safety watch, RTA, before you go. We know you fly now. It's time to ride Route 43. That's the airport, and the Procter & Gamble bus that goes up to Vandalia and Union. Here's some of their rules on the bus, which are common on all of them. And here's more of the electrical, which I got some of this on the other, on one of the other 2300s. I'm not even going to look at those change cards or bus passes. You can see they're moldy. Not going to bother looking at those. So that is a tour of the new Flyer 21 and 2300s. 5 2300s and one 2100. The 2100 was 2178. This was 2312. This coach was. You see how the bike rack on this is all mangled up and vice versa. But I'm going to wrap it up on this because there's nothing else to really show here.